Welcome, dear viewers, to a journey back in time, to the cradle of Western civilization, where gods and mortals dance in a world of wonder and mystery. Ancient Greece, a land of philosophers, warriors, and storytellers, gave us some of the most enduring tales ever told. These are not just stories, they are myths, woven into the very fabric of human imagination, passed down through generations to explain the unexplainable, to inspire, and to teach. Today, we are diving into 10 of the most captivating myths of ancient Greece, tales of gods, heroes, and monsters that still echo in our modern world. So, grab a seat, maybe a cup of ambrosia, or at least some coffee, and let us embark on this epic adventure together. First, let us start at the very top, literally, the myth of the Olympian gods and the Titanomachy. In the beginning, the world was ruled by the Titans, massive deities of immense power, led by the mighty Cronus. But Cronus, fearing a prophecy that he would be overthrown by his child, devoured each of his offspring at birth. Grim, right? His wife, Rhea, was not having it. When her son Zeus was born, she hid him in a cave on Crete and tricked Cronus into swallowing a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes instead. Zeus grew up, strong and cunning, and led a rebellion against the Titans. This epic war, called the Titanomachy, raged for 10 years. With the help of his siblings and the monstrous Cyclopes, who forged Zeus's thunderbolts, the Olympian gods triumphed, banishing the Titans to the depths of Tartarus. This myth is not just a thrilling tale, it is a story about the rise of order over chaos, the new generation overcoming the old, and it set the stage for the reign of the Olympian gods we all know, like Zeus, Athena, and Apollo. Now let us travel to the island of Crete for our second myth, the tale of Theseus and the Minotaur. King Minos of Crete demanded a terrible tribute from Athens. Every 9 years, 7 young men and 7 young women were sent to be devoured by the Minotaur, a monstrous creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull, trapped in a sprawling labyrinth designed by the genius architect Daedalus. Enter Theseus, the brave Athenian prince, who volunteered to end this horror. With the help of Minos's daughter, Ariadne, who gave him a ball of thread to navigate the labyrinth, Theseus ventured into the maze, slew the Minotaur, and escaped. This myth is a classic hero's journey, symbolizing courage, ingenuity, and the triumph of human spirit over monstrous odds. Plus, who does not love a story with a good maze? Speaking of epic consequences, let us talk about the myth that sparked the Trojan War, the Judgment of Paris. It all started at a divine wedding, where Eris, the goddess of discord, was not invited. Petty? Maybe. But she got her revenge by tossing a golden apple inscribed with "To the fairest" into the party. Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, 3 powerful goddesses, each claimed it. Zeus, not wanting to get involved in that drama, tasked Paris, a Trojan prince, with deciding who deserved the apple. Each goddess offered a bribe. Hera promised power, Athena wisdom, and Aphrodite the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Sparta. Paris chose Aphrodite, and Helen's abduction led to the Trojan War. This myth reminds us how a single choice, driven by vanity or desire, can ripple through history, causing chaos for years to come. Now let us turn to a tale of eternal struggle, the myth of Sisyphus. Sisyphus, a cunning king, cheated death not once but twice, outsmarting the gods themselves. First, he trapped Thanatos, the god of death, so no one could die. Then he tricked his way out of the underworld, but the gods do not like being outwitted. As punishment, Sisyphus was condemned to roll a boulder up a hill in the underworld, only for it to roll back down each time he neared the top, for eternity. This myth is a haunting reflection on human existence, the futility of endless tasks, and the consequences of defying the divine. It is no wonder philosophers like Albert Camus saw Sisyphus as a symbol of the human condition. Let us lighten things up with the myth of Perseus and Medusa. Perseus, a hero born of Zeus and a mortal woman, Danae, was tasked with slaying Medusa, one of the 3 Gorgons, whose gaze could turn anyone to stone. Armed with gifts from the gods, a reflective shield from Athena, winged sandals from Hermes, and a cap of invisibility, Perseus tracked Medusa to her lair. Using the shield to avoid her deadly eyes, he beheaded her, and from her neck sprang the winged horse Pegasus. Perseus's tale is one of bravery, divine aid, and cleverness, showing how even the most terrifying challenges can be overcome with the right tools and a sharp mind. Next, we soar to the myth of Daedalus and Icarus, a cautionary tale about hubris. Daedalus, the brilliant craftsman who built the labyrinth, found himself imprisoned with his son Icarus by King Minos. To escape, Daedalus crafted wings from feathers and wax. He warned Icarus not to fly too high, lest the sun melt the wax, or too low, lest the sea dampen the feathers. But Icarus, drunk on the thrill of flight, soared too close to the sun. The wax melted and he plummeted into the sea now named after him, the Icarian Sea. This myth is a timeless warning. Listen to good advice and do not let pride lead to your downfall. Let us reflect on the myth of Narcissus, a story that gave us the word narcissism. Narcissus was a youth so beautiful that everyone fell in love with him, but he rejected them all, including the nymph Echo, who wasted away until only her voice remained. Cursed by the gods for his arrogance, Narcissus fell in love with his own reflection in a pool, unable to look away. He, too, wasted away, turning into the Narcissus flower. This myth explores the dangers of vanity and self-obsession, a lesson that feels just as relevant in our selfie-obsessed world today. Now let us open the myth of Pandora, the first woman in Greek mythology. Created by the gods, Pandora was given a jar, or box in later tellings, containing all the evils of the world. Curiosity got the better of her, and when she opened it, those evils, disease, war, suffering, escaped, leaving only hope inside once she managed to close it again. This myth is often seen as an explanation for why suffering exists in the world, but it also offers a glimmer of optimism. Even in the darkest times, hope remains. Our ninth myth is the tale of Prometheus, the trickster who defied Zeus. Prometheus stole fire from the heavens and gave it to humanity, bringing light, warmth, and progress. But Zeus, furious at this rebellion, chained Prometheus to a mountain, where an eagle ate his liver every day, only for it to regrow each night. Yet Prometheus endured, a symbol of sacrifice for the greater good. Eventually, the hero Heracles freed him. This myth celebrates human ingenuity in the price of challenging authority for the sake of others. Finally, let us sail with Jason and the Argonauts in their quest for the Golden Fleece. Jason, rightful heir to the throne of Iolcus, was sent on an impossible mission by his usurping uncle: retrieve the Golden Fleece from distant Colchis. With a crew of heroes aboard the ship Argo, including Heracles and Orpheus, Jason faced trials like the clashing rocks and the sorceress Medea's wrath. With Medea's help, he claimed the fleece, but faced betrayal and tragedy later. This myth is a grand adventure, full of teamwork, treachery, and the pursuit of glory. And there you have it, 10 myths that have shaped storytelling for millennia. From the cosmic battles of gods to the personal struggles of mortals, these tales from ancient Greece remind us of our shared humanity, our courage, our flaws, our dreams, and our defiance. They are not just stories, they are mirrors reflecting who we are and who we aspire to be. Thank you for joining us on this mythic journey. Until next time, keep exploring the stories that make us human.